Is it just me, or do parts of the Bible read a lot like an IKEA catalogue? God is obsessed with furniture in this passage. It's all about furniture. It's like, okay, build an ark, build a table, build a lampstand, build a tabernacle. A tabernacle is a big tent, and that's basically where God went and lived up until the point where they built him a temple, which isn't going to happen for quite a while yet. So he says, build me this big tent, and then inside the tent, I want a lampstand that looks like that, and I want a kind of a table that looks like this. And the key thing is the ark that we're reading about, the Ark of the Covenant, it becomes known as. I don't know if you've ever seen like Raiders of the Lost Ark or those Indiana Jones films from way back, but basically the ark is this big box with these two kind of cherubim, angels with wings pointing towards the middle, and the presence of God dwelt between the two cherubim wings, and inside the ark was the Ten Commandments written on tablets of stone and some other stuff. So that's what's going on. What does it mean, and how do we apply that to our lives today? One of the things I think we can get from this is that often today we divide stuff up into spiritual things and not spiritual things, or physical things, or secular things, whatever you want to call it. So we might put, like in this box, the spiritual stuff, praying and, I don't know, reading the Bible and going to church, and then in this box we might put playing sport and playing on the Xbox and doing your homework and all that sort of stuff. And we can divide those two things up, and we think God cares about this stuff, but he doesn't care about this stuff. I want to suggest that if God cares about a lampstand, he cares about sport. If God cares about a table, he cares about homework. If God cares about a tent, he cares about how we spend our time at work. He cares about these things very deeply. And for us, one of the things that can do is it can help us to realize, it's not just some parts of my day and some parts of my week that God's interested in. It's the whole of my week. So it does, he is interested in what's going on a sports pitch, amazingly and crazy as that might seem. He is interested in what we do when we're doing art. If there's one thing that this passage shows us, is that God cares about things being done well. There's a passage in Colossians in the New Testament in chapter 3 where Paul says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as if working for the Lord, not for men. God cares about every aspect of our week. And one thing that I find helpful to remember is that whatever I'm doing, I can work at it with all my heart. And I know that I can, if I have an attitude where I'm doing it for God and not for people, it will bring pleasure to him. So whatever you're doing today, whether you think it might be spiritual or not, remember that God cares about a lampstand. And so he cares about that. And if you do it for him with an attitude of worship, in our hearts, actually what it can become is something that draws us nearer to him, even though it can seem like something that's got nothing to do with him at all on the surface.